Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Corbin with the Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department, the Basic Training Division. Today, the 142nd Recruit School is doing their SCBA familiarization training. What that entails is the recruits are new to this business, so we're transitioning from medical training to our suppression side training. So what this training day does is get them familiar with utilizing the self-contained breathing apparatus. The self-contained breathing apparatus is what we use to go inside house fires and other type of IDLH events, which is imminent danger to life and health. So they have to properly learn how to breathe against the pressure that's been forced into their face, and it's something different than how we're normally able to breathe. So we're putting them through different skills to allow them to understand and learn the dynamics of their breathing techniques and utilizing the equipment properly to get themselves out if there was an emergency as well. So the skills that we have out here today, we have the maze evolution. And what the maze evolution does is it allows the firefighters to transition through a dark environment and be able to give themselves a self-egress in the event of emergency. Also, within the maze evolution, the recruits, they go through an emergency situation. So in an emergency within the fire service, we call it a mayday. So within this evolution, they have to call their mayday properly and be able to get themselves out of the structure. Within this maze, there are different locations where it gets nice and narrow. They have wires that drop down on them that's simulating a collapse from above. And what they have to do is they have to do a maneuver to get the wires off of them so that it doesn't entangle them and they don't get trapped. There are also props within there that show them how floors get spongy. In house fires, when it heats up real good, the floor will get nice and spongy, and you can feel the floor start to press down. So there's a situation within the maze that shows them what they will feel in these type of situations, so they know to stay away from it. The other evolution that we have is the emergency breathing support system evolution. And what this is, one of their down firefighter partners has lost air and they're trapped within the structure. So they have to follow a hose line to their down firefighter and be able to supply them with air and get them out of the structure. So right now we have two recruits gearing up to go in and save their down firefighter. The loud chirping noise that you may hear is their SCBA in full alarm. When the firefighter goes down and they stop moving for a certain amount of time, their SCBA start to go into alarm after 20 seconds. 18 seconds later, if they're continuously not moving, it goes into this full alarm. This full alarm lets us know that someone's down and we need to go inside and locate them. he was assessing them, making sure that they still have any air. If not, they connected their air supply that they carry with them to the down firefighter. So at that time, they're sharing an air supply. What we were seeing was the recruit was starting to package the down firefighter to get them out. This scenario normally takes about 3 to 5 personnel to do it properly. We have to train each recruit to understand the concepts of how to do this task. In the fire, when we're actually dispatched to fires and we have to respond to these type of situations.
Well, we got down firefighter with hustle. With hustle. Oh, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
So the recruits have on top of their face pieces a blackout mask. And what that blackout mask allows us to do is simulate the effects of being inside a dark, toxic environment without actually putting the instructors and the recruits in harm's way. We teach them to stay on the hose line when they're going in to search for their partner. The victim is usually, if they're down, if they went in on a hose line, they're within 5 to 10 feet of that hose line. So we go in, follow that hose line to that down location. It allows us to get to that location faster without trying to search a whole compartment that we're moving through. So the final evolution that we have going on outside today is emergency support breathing. So emergency procedures. So in this situation, these scenarios are describing if something were to happen to the firefighters' SCBA. So the different scenarios is, if you have a hole in your face piece, what do you do? If you have your air supply is fully depleted, if something happened to your air system, to the primary system, how do you maintain a backup, or how do you access a backup to your system? So that's what Lieutenant Bartlett is tasked with going over with the recruits today. So this first scenario is a cracked face piece lens. The recruit's operating in the ideal age, and suddenly his face piece starts to fail. So what he's simulating now is he's covering the hole. He's turning his face. He's opening his purge valve, and the purge valve lets air free flow into his face piece. And then he's letting his partner know, and he's getting out of the ideal age situation. So all these skills are brand new to these recruits. They've been doing this the last 3 days, learning and getting very familiar with their SCBA system. As we continue on through the rest of recruit school, they'll continue to learn and understand the system more. With the short recruit school, it's a lot of man hours, off camera, off work hours of them practicing with this system to get very familiar with and understanding how to utilize this device. This is our lifeline when it comes to any type of fire event, so we have to know this thing inside and outside. We have to know every piece of bells and whistles on this piece of apparatus, because it's going to save our life in the event something that goes wrong. I want to thank you all for watching today. The 142nd Recruit School will be graduating September 30th, so we'll have some more video for you to see as they move along within their fire training.